Okay, hello, Tyler Bryden here. I hope everything is going well. I'm back from India. I'm back in the office. I'm moving things around. You're going to see this improve. And if you see some bags under my eyes, it's because even though I got luckily upgraded to business class, I'm still a bit tired. But I'm here back to recording videos. And today I want to talk about something very exciting that originally came out as a leak and now is formally coming out. And that is the Microsoft 365 Copilot system. There's so much stuff happening in the AI space and world right now. We've got Google following along. That got a little bit of an underwhelming release after OpenAI's GPT-4. We've got Salesforce Einstein. We've got HubSpot. We've got Notion AI. All this stuff is just coming to fruition right now, and so many major changes are happening with all this AI being embedded into these systems. Super exciting, super interesting time. One of the interesting things that just came out was that Microsoft fired the responsible AI team, key AI ethics team. So I think some people will be looking at that claim about responsible AI with a little bit of scrutiny. Responsible AI, ethical AI being not a symptom, but a mechanism of a low interest rate environments. And as things have shifted and there's this competitive race to embedding these technologies into your product, those things are getting cut because it's more about speed right now. It's embedding this technology, it's getting the usage, and it's making sure that Microsoft wins this race, which is obviously a massive race that people are interested in winning. And there's a lot of reasons why. Now, a couple other things from that video that was super interesting, which isn't as much of a note that we've seen be talked about so explicitly, is the Microsoft graph and then also the grounding element to it. The idea in general, to me, sounds like this idea of like prompt engineering, and Microsoft is doing that with iterative information that they have in their system. But I'm sure there's some sort of feedback loop that is being measured and understood through as users. Was this helpful? Was this not? That's going to continue to improve. And then I think what really sticks out to me is this sort of graph that they talk about, which is the data within the system. So emails, files, meeting, chat, calendars, contacts. And this is what I think is going to differentiate Microsoft. I think this is what makes it super powerful. And until now, a lot of these systems, although we are continuing to democratize them and embed them into things like Notion and stuff like that, it's still been out of the hands of an average person embedded into a workflow. People are still often using ChatGPT. That's the experience that they're having. And so that's not integrated with the rest of the systems. And now we're seeing this from Microsoft enabling this to happen. And then with the meta details and the data structure that they have and then the all-encompassing workflow, just unlocks some incredible power that I think people are going to be super excited about. Obviously, this idea of like natural language, the model there, this just changes everything for everyone. Whether you're technical or not, most of us have had the experience of doing a Google search, or as Microsoft would like to say, a Bing search. And so the idea of making complex functions happen on the back end through natural language is obviously highly appealing. And I think this is a shift that we're going to see continue to happen here. There were some interesting examples that have already been shown about like how this is going to work. And one was as simple but as valuable as like taking past context from meetings. As you prep for that meeting, I give you some bullet points into what you should be discussing or what you should be trying to achieve in that call. And you need a system like Microsoft 365 to integrate that entire experience and make that as useful as possible. And so while in the early stages of this, and when I say early stages, 2 weeks ago, it was much more of this sort of general purpose and GPT general purpose technology. We're now seeing it again embedded into these systems where there's a lot more data and structure and formatting of workflows that then allows the actual large language models to be much more specific, tailored, and in the end, more valuable. And we see that. I'm not going to jump into this too deeply, but with, for example, Salesforce and their Einstein release, with the CRM data, with all the information they have, the flows, the success of sales, when you query into the system, then all of a sudden the response is super tailored, super valuable. And this is the shift that I think we're going to continue to see. Now, as always, I've got a ton of links for you to check out in this regards. I think the other piece that was interesting that came out of this was Copilot is a really widely used system already in coding. So Visual Studio Code, there's an extension. So as you're developing and programming, Copilot is using all its understanding of coding and helping assist. And lucky to work with some great engineers who said, like, it is mind-blowing. It's like the amount of work that system is doing, the Microsoft Copilot, or sort of the OpenAI Microsoft Copilot is doing. And that's only going to continue to improve. And they took this same idea, this Copilot sort of name, and then have now applied it to Microsoft 365, which is obviously a huge jump. And we're going to see it embedded in basically everything: PowerPoint, Word, email, Excel, and a lot of these things we've seen from Jasper and things like this, but just the embedded nature of it is pretty significant here. Now, what is interesting, there's been a lot of incredible stuff going on in AI right now. There was the GPT-4 release, which hopefully I can create an actual insightful video on. But obviously there was some announcements from Google yesterday, maybe mistakenly at the same time as OpenAI's GPT-4, and did a preview to what is coming. But the sort of criticism around that is that this was all a preview. It's coming in a test environment the next few weeks, the next few months. Sometimes when you say development, like a week is many months. It could be an even quarter. And I think Google's probably hustling a little bit more than that. But they're putting out preview videos before the functionality is released, and maybe just a small group of people. And while this sort of competition continues to heat up, it continues to get a little bit more aggressive. And Satya Nadella famously said that they want to make Google dance. The Microsoft seemingly has an advantage here on how quickly they're moving. And I'm not actually using Microsoft, so I can't really demo this, but it's just going to continue to get better. They're moving super, super fast and bringing this live like very quick. And I just, with the leverage with the technology they have, it's going to be pretty significant, the impact that this has. I'm going to make some more specific videos on HubSpot here, Einstein, Note, and even some of the Google Workspace announcement, but I wanted to cover this as breaking. This just came out today, and now we can see all the details that came live here, and like they're branding it ChatGPT for Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and Teams. And then now lots of examples. I think we're going to continue to see some pretty amazing stuff come out of this. So would love to hear what you think about all of this. If you're using Microsoft or you have access to this yet, limitations, good things. Hopefully we'll have some more information as this stuff comes out. And I think this is going to be a very iterative development and moving at light speed when we consider where we were even last year with all this technology. I appreciate you checking this video out. If you like it, do the comment, the subscribe, all that good stuff. And excited to be back here in Canada. You're going to see this sort of studio, if this would be a studio, continue to improve, and appreciate you all being part of this journey. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.